Hey Simmers, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Simplycoya, and if you are new, thank you so much for choosing my video to watch today. Hey guys, it has been a little minute. I think maybe 2 weeks or so since I uploaded my last video. I needed a little break, a lot of life stuff going on, but thanks for hanging in there while I took a little break and regroup. And yeah, I'm back with a little bit of a different video. It's Townie refresh but with a twist, and I definitely want to shout out one of my subscribers, Emma Elise. Thank you so much for this amazing comment. This comment basically said you should do Townie house makeovers, which I thought was a really great idea because I really do enjoy doing the Townie refreshes, and I think that this is another way to kind of give the base game a bit of an overhaul while we get through some of these refreshes and spice up the game a little bit, add a little bit of, fun, interesting design changes. Nothing structurally. I don't tend to play with that very much unless I'm building from scratch. And I think that for this one, I really just wanted to give this a shot because honestly, it does take a bit of time to find all of the custom content. If you are new here, I do not upload the custom content files when I am doing any create a sim or build like videos. So just out of courtesy for the creators, I definitely prefer to share their links. Gives you all an opportunity to kind of see the kind of content that they have out there. And these tend to be the creators that I use the most. If not, like, this is just kind of my go-to. I try to branch out from my particular aesthetic that I like personally, and I think with that it will be a challenge in many ways. Even with my creative sims as well as with build like videos, it's a little hard to kind of break out of my rut. So I do like doing videos like this, and your suggestions as well will definitely help me kind of grow as a designer and a creator in this game as well, and we can kind of all build and have fun together. So yeah, comment down below, let me know if you are still kind of vibing with the Sims, if you've taken a bit of a break. I know there has been a lot of Sims news out there, and I am not gonna lie, I have been on a Sims hiatus. I have needed a break. The community drama and all of the shenanigans, it's a little exhausting, I'm not gonna lie. So I took a little break from kind of focusing on that, and also just content in general, really regroup, refocus on the kind of content that I wanted to put out and where we're going to move forward from here. I know it has been a little bit since I uploaded a let's play, but they are not done. I should have one up for you guys next week. It's just those really do take a lot of time, and life has just been a little chaotic. Granted, this video took longer than expected as well, but thank you guys for just hanging in there, all of the support. We hit 2,000 subscribers during my little absence, and let me just say thank you guys so much for that. That is like so huge, so amazing, and I really do appreciate it. And yes, let me stop with the ramblings now. So now that I've got all that out of the way, I am just working on the exterior right now. It's very much a low-key kind of overhaul. I did this over the span of a couple days, so lighting, etc. might change a little bit in this video, but yeah, it's mostly keeping with the structure but changing things, improving things with custom content. When it comes to my builds, I mean, honestly, when it comes to anything in this game, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I am custom content all day, every day, Maxis, Alpha. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I just need custom content in my life. Although I do think some of the base game items have improved over the years, it's still not for me. As the packs go on, the content gets better, but base game and just the true maxes for me is just not for me. Okay, some of these things are just really clunky and chunky. They're not aesthetically pleasing to me. So you will be seeing a lot of custom content. I do have links down below, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. I will preface by saying I tried to link absolutely everything that I possibly could. I have various tabs depending on whichever room or item you're looking for. And I tried to name, I really tried to do my best here. This is my second build type video, and the last one was really specific, so it was a little less of me trying to find, I use a lot of clutter sometimes, especially when it comes to decorating bedrooms. I really do enjoy clutter, and out here, as you see, I really like adding a little bit more of the natural shrubbery around the lawn, around certain parts of the house, just to give it a bit more of a lived in kind of feel. That's really something I enjoy doing. And one of my favorite things to do is using these stones. I think they're base game. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, they're base game. These are base game little stones. I just type in stone in the search bar, which I really love, and just kind of resizing and mixing and placing these around in different areas. I really think it gives this kind of cool effect to a lot of my outdoor areas. So if I do continue this series, comment down below, let me know what you think about this series. Again, it was suggested and I really wanted to try to give it a tackle. And the reason why I like to follow kind of the natural base or whatever is going on in the house is to try to break me out of my kind of habits. And I definitely kind of went off the rails with this one. I initially started trying to follow like how things were initially, but as I deleted rooms, then I just kind of forgot and went on and did my own thing. But I think I gave each of their rooms a little bit of personality, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. The outdoor area definitely needed a refresh, so I decided to add like these string lights and different little touches to kind of give a little bit more. You know, we've got planters. I added a pool. I felt like that backyard, honestly, this lot in itself is gigantic, and the real estate was not utilized to its fullest advantage because this house on this lot is extremely small. But honestly, for the three of them, I didn't really think that they needed this massively big kind of space, especially given the fact that this group, you know, they're BFFs. I'm assuming, like in my head, they're like college age. They're friends kind of living out on their own, trying to get their careers established. Maybe not even college age, maybe they like just got out of college. They still decided to live with each other out of college, and this was kind of the vibe that they went with, this cool kind of townhome looking vibe in Willow Creek. And I really think the size fits them really well, but I wanted to liven up the place as much as I could, and definitely adding a pool to the backyard I think was just super essential. It was definitely just the space needed to be filled. It was way too bare back there, and I did not think it needed a crazy amount of plants. So now we're working on the interior. The blinds that were in here, or the curtains that were in here, were obviously atrocious, like absolutely not. So most of the inside, if not all of the inside, is custom content. So I link as much as I can that I could find. I'm pretty sure I got a very good bulk of everything that I use, at least some of the more important pieces, like some of the wall art, like the floors, and like the subway tile that I use here in the kitchen, the tiling that I use, like all of those things I definitely have linked below. So just hit that Google Drive link. You'll have access to the tray files through the OneDrive link. I'll have to link that separately. It's probably easier, honestly. I'm all over the place right now with this, but yeah, if you go head over to my Patreon, it'll be a lot easier because you can just find the links to the tray files and to the custom content. But you know, it's just a little redirect. If that's okay, let me know if that's fine, or if you guys just want me to link it all down below, make it easier. I know it can be kind of annoying bouncing in between things, and especially when there's a ton of links, but that's basically how I'm going to do it for now. So yeah, I had a really nice vision for this area. I really love this. I think the creator's name is Novus. I think I'm saying that correctly. I really love this kitchen set. It's one of my favorites. I tend to use it a lot, but I was getting like, this is like definitely a reno, like refresh type of dream home decorator moment here, but with custom content. And I was really getting just like refurbished. I see a lot of houses, especially here in LA. I see a lot of like older places getting just refreshed, redone. Obviously they're not all the time, they're not fully like tearing things down and taking out window frames and putting in new ones, but this is like the full on exterior interior kind of refresh. And I feel like a lot of these places, you have like your core decor pieces, your core like staple space fillers, and then as you know, the place gets more lived in, you have more items. So I didn't go too crazy, especially with the clutter, because we all would have been here for days. I'm not even kidding. I can go a little crazy with the clutter. So I think one thing that I've really started to do to substitute clutter is using a lot of plants. And I always have loved using plants in this game, especially custom content plants, honestly, are so amazing. And there's a creator, I believe I linked them down below, because some of these hanging plants that I use are phenomenal. I think hanging plants are probably some of my favorites to use in this game. I think they are fantastic, and you can really just fill just certain crevices and corners of spaces and make them feel so natural and airy, and I really love that. So I really enjoy doing that. And in this living space, like, it's not a lot of pieces and items around. I really wanted, like, this cabinet here I thought was really cool with the print above it, just having some plants, a speaker, a little floor painting, and you have that kind of stool or end table over in the corner. It just fills the space. It's almost going in and you're walking into an open house, and you see just enough to give you an idea of what the space is going to look like. But once you come in, you add your own items, you fill that space in. So this is definitely a build where you can build upon it. You can add more to it if you want. If you have your own items that you really love, I think that this is another amazing way. So I do try to fill up the spaces enough so it feels full and a bit lived in, but not too much to where linking the custom content gets absolutely crazy. But it doesn't feel too overwhelming. Sims don't have as many routing issues when things aren't overlapping on top of each other. That's another thing that can be really tricky. I tested out some of the areas as you saw in the beginning of the video with a few short clips that I shared. So for the most part, I'm pretty sure everything works. But honestly, with this game, sometimes Sims are just on one and they just decide, no, I don't want to do it. It could be the literal nitpickiest, tiniest little thing, and they will not do it, especially in The Sims 4. The routing in this game sometimes drives me bonkers, so I tried not to go too crazy, especially around like the beds and the couches and things like that. But for the most part, it seems like everything is functioning and looking good. So now I'm just trying to give each of these Sims a little personality. So Travis's room, after I did the Townie refresh, and it's been a bit since I've been in the game, I kind of forgot the Sims initial personalities that I thought they had. I feel like Travis is still very chill. He's just a guy. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say, but I went with kind of reds. I felt like I couldn't fully remember what colors were being used in his room initially, but I feel like there were more red tones, definitely more traditional male type colors, so I kind of stuck with that. It could have been, I could have gone a little bit messier, a little more cluttered, but I would like to think, Travis, our guy, he's a little bit more put together. He's got a couple shoes around here and there, but I wanted to add these cluttered pieces like the folded shirts and a couple shoe boxes. And again, I'm not going super crazy with placing things all over the walls and all over the floors. I mean, on top of the fact that there's only so much space in this room, I think if we want to be realistic with something, they're a little bit older. I don't think his room would just be full on posters and super guy energy. I don't know, what am I saying? I have no idea, but that's kind of what I went for. Now this room is going to be Liberty's room. I'm not sure initially in the game if this was her room, but I feel like it was because of the fact that the other room I believe was red, and then the other room currently is pink. So I figure, honestly, Summer, she just gave me preppy girly girl, come from family money vibes anyway, but she kind of wanted to go off and do her own thing, but still has that essence of girly bouginess to her. So I had a lot of fun with her room. Honestly, I can't wait for you guys to see that. But with Liberty's room, I really wanted to play around with some color and break out of my habit of neutral tones, very chill. I liked this wall, the wallpaper that I used in these rooms, or the wall paint, because it has crown molding on the bottom and on the top. So I really like using wallpapers like this, or walls like this in the game, because I feel like it's realistic. When it's just one full color and there's no baseboards or anything, it doesn't feel as real to me. And I could have gone a step further by adding light switches and outlets and different things like that, but honestly, I was really just trying to capture the essence of just doing something a little bit different and adding individual personalities to each room. So if I remember correctly, Liberty was a bit more of kind of into tech and a little bit more on the nerdier side. So I really felt like she would have this really cool gaming corner with her gaming PC and her colorful like orange and blue room. I did add this product poster over the top of her bed, which I don't feel like is super on par with her personality in terms of what I initially was going for, but that picture just fits so perfectly above her bed, and obviously you can totally change it out, no problem. But I really, really adore her room. It's one of my favorites. It's a little bit different from anything that I've done before, but I think KKB has some of the best bedroom and like window clutter. Just honestly, just check them out. They have such amazing creations, and pretty much all the creators I have in here. I feel like a lot of us know a lot about these creators, but for those who are new to The Sims or who are still kind of playing around and looking for different items in the game, I think that pretty much all the creators that I've linked in this, from Suki88 and Novus, like I was saying, MX Sims, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure. I can't pronounce anything, obviously. But they all just have such amazing creations, and you can really get a different type of vibe from each of these creators, from like Scandinavian type of custom content to boho to even this like Y2K pink Louis Vuitton kind of bedding, and these beautiful nightstands and dresser that I use here in Summer's room just feel so like Restoration Hardware, Z Gallery. Like, I feel just that luxury in that. But the reason why I chose this bedding for summer, albeit it could be a bit tacky because, it's like, oh my gosh, pink Louis Vuitton bed sheets, what? But I just was trying to kind of be a little bit on the nose with the bougie, girly kind of vibes here. So I really just went there and I had a lot of fun. And since I wasn't able to find pink wall cover colors for this like particular wall that I'm using throughout the house, I figured we're gonna go there. We're gonna go pink Louis designer energy in this bedroom. So I tend to do a lot of scrolling. I try to cut out as much scrolling as I can, but oh my gosh, guys, pro tip, ding ding ding, listen, if you are still here, comment first, subscribe, like the video. But pro tip, this is something that I found myself doing quite a bit before I started creating content on YouTube, is if there's an item that either I don't see linked down below, or I want to know specifically what the name of that item is and go find it myself, because I have come across, like I said, I was trying to link just about everything I could, but it wasn't as easy, especially with smaller clutter items. If you slow down the video, you can, you have a better chance of pausing on whatever the name of that item is as I'm scrolling. So I try to keep in some of the clips of me just kind of scrolling through things, because I've also seen things where someone will place it and they're like, no, and then they don't use it, and I'm like, no, but I love that item, what is it? Because I know it's not linked. So that's kind of my pro tip. Comment down below if you've ever done that, or if that's something that is like, oh my gosh, why did I never think of that? Because it is something that I would do religiously when watching like build videos, because honestly, that was I spent years in this game building. But yeah, that's just a little tip for you guys, and that's it. That is the end of this video. This is kind of the overview. My apologies for this really struggly overview of the house. I'm still not good at like panning through and not making it feel weird, but this just gives you a little look. There will be a complete Tumblr post with pictures of each of the areas of the house if you want a more detailed look. But comment down below and let me know what you thought of this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. That is absolutely amazing. I really love doing this, and I'm really trying to focus and regroup and get back into the headspace for like pushing out that content. I don't want you guys to have to wait super long for it, and I do apologize for my little break, but thank you all for understanding and being so amazing. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for watching this video. If you like this content and you want to see more Townie house flips, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Appreciate you all. Subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Love ya. Bye.